During the study period is a product of the irrational state policy of supporting farm enterprises and the lack of an effective institutional and legal mechanism for the transformation of non-commodity personal farm household into commodity farm enterprise. Describe the factor of increasing labor motivation, private ownership of the means of production did not provide farm enterprises with the efficient prerequisite for the formation of high indicators of the efficiency of their production and economic activity. The aggravation of sector and environmental imbalances in the agriculture sector leads to the insufficient level of function of farm enterprises, capacities and production and economic potential that can strengthen the development parameters of this farm and complicates their integration into the agriculture market. The apparent bureaucracy and lobbyism from the representatives of powerful agriculture holding structures are the result of the irrational state policy on the development of farm enterprise. This leads to increased social stratification, the countryside, diving the farmers out from competitions in the agricultural market, increased labor immigration, and stagnation of the social economic development of rural areas. Nowadays, sustainable development considers the ecological along with economic and social issues in their relations and interaction. It is determined by the fact that the existing economic growth is accompanied by environmental reduction of the quality of food and level of production per safety. Therefore, social institutions have responsibility for economic inequality and social injustice to business. Business should entitled socially responsible behavior. Whereas the social function of modern business determines its economic behavior while achieving stability and competitiveness. Agrarian sector possesses a great potential and sufficient reserves. Agriculture is the consumer of huge volumes of materials and technical resources, identifies social and economic conditions of human life. Practical implementation of the concept of sustainable development of agrarian sector requires determining the principal directions which can accommodate the economic interests in terms of social responsibility with consideration of ecological aspects of the economic entities. In the modern model of economic system, agrarian sector takes particular status and demonstrates its growth. Focus of the domestic agrarian sphere and rural territories of sustainable development will secure improvement of the efficiency of euro integration processes in the country and neutralize the impact of challenges related with the process of globalization and industrialization of agrarian sector. Therefore, the tendencies of sustainable development of agrarian sphere will determine the general character of of the new paradigm in agrarian sector of agrarian economy. New paradigm of the social and economic development of the agrarian sphere should be based not on the current economic theories, which have appeared to destructive and cast threats for humanity as a biological guide, but it should refer to the physical fundamentals of material work to be based on the principles of physical economy. To reduce the destructive effects of the market economy, the author of the work proposed to introduce a new paradigm of social and economic development. According to it, economic activity should be based on the use of unlimited resources, renewable kits of energy. The role of the state solar power stations of household, which make them independent from the market, being built on the use of limited resources. Capacities of the networked economy and grid interest of internet communities suspend market mechanism as the instruments to supply the essential economic needs of people. Trends of sustainable development in agricultural production will determine the general character of the national economy performance. Theoretical fundamentals and the main principles of physical economy should become the scientific base for the new paradigm of agrarian fair development that is founded on the methods of organization and performance of the economy, as well as social and economic relations being different from the market owned. The regime of agrarian fair of the model of sustainable development should be supported by the structural reformation of the economic system on the fundamentals of mandatory integration of the ecological policy into the strategy of economic reform. And conclusion. Redistribution of farming enterprises in the direction to increase of the number of large enterprises which operate at a large scale producers contradict the tendencies guided by land reform in the countries of Europe. Focus of domestic agriculture on export of raw material prevents respective development of family farming and suppresses its competitive position. In the system of land holding and land use, there is a clear tendency to consolidation of farming enterprises. The tendency to consolidation of farming enterprises, actualization of the problem of establishment of new farms by limiting of land area not property, resumed transfer of agricultural lands, and driving of farmers out of land market, how caused transformation of the paradigm of land use and land holding. Thank you for attention.
Thank you very much for your report. Dear colleagues, would you like to add something to ask or to make some remarks to this report?
Professor Srivastava, PK Srivastava, may I make a few comments, please?
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you. I heard this presentation. It was a very nice presentation, but 2-3 things are missing. If you allow me, I will like to point it out. Maybe our expert can think for future planning in the agricultural sector. Should I comment? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. You see, you were talking of the socio-economic impact and factors in the Ukrainian agriculture, but your story is half. To me, it seems you have talked only about production. Whereas for economic development, marketing, and livelihood activities, very important role is played by the food post-harvest operations, post-harvest technology. Our President Dr. Bist may speak a few moments on that line. That part you have not covered. That means production is good. There are certain very positive points, but then the value addition part, the processing through which your products can be marketed within country and outside also, that you have not touched. This issue should be considered in future. And if there is something, some communication is required, I think from India it can be done. We are very, very strong in the processing side. The other factor is the utilization of energy you mentioned, but you have not focused on the renewable energy. Because if we utilize renewable energy, the environmental issues are also addressed. So to me, it seems in your presentation, ma'am, from the cost economics point of view, from the sociological issues, from the livelihood issues, and for economic advancement at a faster rate, in view of the environmental issues, the aspects of agriculture which starts after production, it should be covered. It should be given highlight, and more very different type of crop-wise activities are there. Knowledge is already available globally, so you may utilize it. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Perhaps Srivastava, thank you. Would you like to remark?
Bist sir, you would like to, because Professor PK Srivastava sir quoted about you. Your comments required, sir.
Very few comments I have. Number one, very detailed presentation, and Dr. PK Srivastava's comments are appreciated because it is half the story if we only speak about the production. The post-harvest and food sector fulfills the rest part of it, whereas the employment opportunities are also more in case of food processing. Multiplier effect, what we call of agriculture sector, is very high. That means the returns of investment of every dollar spent on agriculture sector, including post-harvest, is very attractive. The ROI is very attractive. This aspect could have been touched. Maybe that it was very add value presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, dear Brenda Bist. Our speakers, would you like to ask or to say something to these remarks?
I think Professor Neena,
yeah, okay.
Professor PK Srivastava and Professor Bist sir are the stalwart in this field. So their variable comments are, I think, beyond comparable. So that is sufficient enough. Please continue with the next speaker, please.
Okay. I just wanted to say that we really, during these 2 days, have heard really brilliant reports concerning the food security of Ukraine, and these reports of our speakers add some valuable information to this topic. And thank you to our colleagues, Professor Berhat Trivastava and Professor Birendra Bish, for valuable recommendations. I think that our colleagues will consider these topics and these issues in their future researches and their future investigations. Thank you very much. So let me continue with our program. Let me invite you our next. Let me invite our next as a research persons. Our professors from Ukraine, Olga Martin, assistant professor from Department of Management, Institute of Fire and Technical Safety, Lviv State University of Vital Activity Safety Ukraine, and also Dr. Lilia Balash, PhD in Economics, Associate Professor of Law and Management Department, also from this university. Please, dear colleagues, have a talk.
Good day. Olga Martin, PhD of Economics, Associate Professor, Lviv State University, Vital Activity Safety, Ukraine. Thank you very much for the opportunity of present our research, and I wish everyone positive results and good communication. And dear Scientific Society, Professor Pankai, welcome to Ukraine. Please, Lilia Balash.
Good morning.
Professor definitely would like to visit Ukraine.
Welcome to Ukraine, Professor.
Yes, sure. Let the pandemic situation be over. We will visit. I will visit definitely. Let the pandemic situation be over. Definitely, I would like to visit and to meet all of you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Lilia Balash. I'm a docent in.
Lilia. Please, Lilia, continue.
I'm a doctor in economics, associate professor in law and management department, and I work in Lviv State University of Vital Activity Safety. I want to tell you about fire safety as a component of national security, the essence and connection with economic security. The safety of the national economic is the most important functional element on which the state and future development of any economic system depends. The security of national economic is a condition for the state functional of the economic, improving the welfare of population, its security. The need for national security and therefore the need for economic and fire security is the need for security of society, business and people. Today, fires continue to cause serious damage for the world economy. There are a serious problem for many countries around the world. Every year, there are a negative impact on the economic, ecology and people injuries. The Center of Fire Statistics of the International Association of Fire and Rescue Services, CTIF, presents its report that contains 5 statistics of many CTIF countries. This report includes statistics on numbers of fires, deaths, and injuries due to fires and indicates related to fire. This table shows that in 2018, in 46 countries, representing 36% of the world's population happened 4.6 million fires, was 30.8 thousand civilian fire deaths. In these countries, an average of 3.7 million fires occurred annually in 1993 to 2018, and 41.7 thousand people died. This slide shows the average number of fires per year in countries. The largest number of fires each year is in the United States. Ukraine is in the third group, which includes 21 countries. In this group, we also can see Japan, Indonesia, Turkey, Canada, South Africa, Malaysia, and the Netherlands. Next slide. This slide shows the average number of the deaths per year in countries. Every year, India, Russia, and Pakistan have the highest number of fire deaths. Ukraine is in the second group, which includes 5 countries. In this group, also USA, China, South Africa, and Japan. This slide shows the indicators of fire safety in Ukraine. The data shows that the number of fires increased 1.4 times and direct material damage from them 41.4 times. A positive trend is the reduction of those who died in fires.
Lila? Shall I continue?
Fire safety is a component of national security. National security is a complex structured system and a multifaceted phenomenon in the functional of the economic system takes place in time and space in different areas. The structural elements of national security are economic, political, military, informational, ecological, spiritual safety, and technogenic safety. Economic security is a fundamental component of national security. Its material basis, the most important characteristic of the economic system, which determines its ability to maintain normal living conditions, provision of resources for economical development, as well as implementation of national and state interests. It determines the level of security of all structural components of national security, including fire safety. Economic security is the state of the economic mechanism which corresponds the state of economic system, and also the state which provides guarantees the development and social sphere with protection of economic interests of the country. Fire safety in society is a complex multifactorial category and characterized state of protection of man, society, national wealth, and environment from fires. Fire safety reflects about ability to withstand the destabilizing effects of various factors that pose a real threat of fires. It is guaranteed by the state mechanism of fire safety and as an objective need to prevent real and potential fire threats, reduce the likelihood of their occurrence and minimize losses and damage from real fire. 5 safety areas as a social phenomenon is a process of resolving the construction between such an objective reality as a danger of fires and the need of man, business, society, and the state as a whole to prevent, localize, or eliminate the effects of fires. Analysis of the relationship between economic and fire safety using provides correlative coefficients in Ukraine shows that the growth of GDP per capita leads to an increase in the number of fires, consequently the direct material damage from them. The reasons for this negative pattern are outdated fixed capital, insufficient investment in the latest technologies, the use of flammable materials, increased use of new applications and equipments in production and everyday life. 5 safety rules to so on. The correlation analysis between the main indicators of economic security and the number of people who died and were injured as a result of fires allowed us to formulate a real relationship. High rate of national economic development and high comes to reduce human losses due to fires. Such patterns are observed the regional level. Today, the role of state in ensuring both economic and fire safety is objectively growing. To this end, it is necessary to significantly increase funding the implication of new technologies and equipment in the fire safety system, increase public investment in the latest technologies, develop and implement new equipment and safe technologies in the home. In this context, an important component of the strategic development of Ukrainian society is the investment strategy. Regulation of fire safety should be based. Fire safety in general and a particular level depends on the economic policy of the state. Economic policy of the state.
Some remarks. Okay, so let me continue with our next speaker. I would like to represent you, Alexander Silkin, Doctor, Department of Financial and Economic Security, Accounting and Taxation, Ukrainian Academy of Printing, Ukraine.
Dr. Professor Nina.
And I would like to invite the chairperson, Professor Srivastava, ex-president of IIS University of South India.
Okay, Professor Nina. Professor Nina, wait a minute, please.
Yes.
Yeah. In place of Professor P.K. Srivastava, the FAI Executive Council member Praveen Kumar Srivastava will chair the session. Right. And my request to you is that please introduce the speaker. Please introduce the speaker, Dr. Alexander Selkin. A brief detail of Dr. Alexander Selkin, please. Possible?
Yes, I've introduced our resource person as Dr. Alexander Selkin, Department of Financial Economic Security, Accounting and Taxation from Ukrainian Academy of Printing from Lviv, Ukraine.
Okay. 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 Praveen sir, please chair the session.
Dear Alexander, we cannot hear you.
Right now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it's
good.
okay.
Great,
Okay.
great. So you can hear me and see my presentation. Okay, let's start. I will be quick. I will not take much of your time. And I will talk about my research and some of these elements and aspects. So the thematic of my research is optimal anti-crisis strategy for ensuring the economic security. Spanish take some resource or some people to create some effective anti-crisis system in the company. So we decide we need to find how help them understand when they need to use anti-crisis management and what strategy to choose. We propose 8 strategies. I will try to explain. So first of all, we need to find out how many to find and identify anti-crisis management strategy enterprises. In our case, domestic engineering enterprise, Ukrainian. We don't use this in some enterprises. In this way, we find out 4 main parameters. Is the system of economic security and the enterprise is algorithmized or not? I will explain what it means. There is a need of apply anti-crisis management based on the results of calculation of integral indicator. So it's indicate that you use some main indicators like profitability, liquidity, and others, some like this. Are there enough resources to implement anti-crisis management and ensure economic security at the enterprises? About research, I will explain in a minute. Which threats have greatest impact, negative greatest impact in the enterprises? External, internal, it's simple. So let's explain the first algorithmized system of economic security. You can see the text, but to show algorithmized system of economic security of enterprises is mean that enterprises use and have some guidance to use some methodologies and make all decision about ensuring economic security right. They have people who understand what is security is. They have some services, some even company from the third persons, and like this. If they don't use nothing and just spend money or don't need some specialist, security specialist, this is not algorithmized system. They need to have some guidance rules that ensure economic security. So which your system is depends what strategy you use. Next, more important is of course what satisfying research to implement anti-crisis measures. So research, it's all individual. It depends for enterprises. You might have, I don't know, financial research a lot, but you can have not a lot technical research, about personal research. And if you don't have so much research, you can choose one of the four strategies, or one of 2, 5, or 6, but not 3 and not 4. I'll explain this. And of course, about how strong some threats have a greatest negative impact on the enterprises. We know we have impact from external threats. For the enterprises, it not means it just much but international. It means inside one country, can be experienced in some political, economical situation in a country, for example. And internal, it can be some crisis in a personal level. I don't know. It's some problem in corporate level. It's some problem with people who work, and something like that. And you can choose one of the strategy. I can say that which just build this and use this to try for some enterprises, engineering, industrial. So in other sectors of economic, we don't use this and don't implement this. So we have 8 strategy we propose. So let's see one, for example. Strategy number 1. So if you have algorithmized economic security system, so you have doing all right. You have specialists for security. You have some team that can ensure economic security. All this is plus for you. So you can use strategy number 1. If your threats more negative impact is external, you can use this strategy too. If you find out that your indicators, economic financial, is low, and you need to use anti-crisis management, you can use this strategy. So, and if you have research plus for the research, you can use this strategy. The explanation strategy is here. If you will have time or can fast read, you can read some strategies. That's what proposing the 5th strategy. So enterprises understand they have problems. Indicators is low. They need to use anti-crisis management. They need spend their research. So they need to use this strategy when you understand the problems, have a research, and have algorithmized economic or financial security system. You can use your own research and create some anti-crisis plan and try to adaptation your system under the influence of external threats. And this strategy concentrated only for external threats, forgot about internal threats, because when you find out that your main problem and crisis development in your enterprises depends from negative influence of external threats, you don't need to focus right now in the internal. This is a problem a lot domestic enterprises. They forgot about external threats. Some problems behind us. We don't need this. We just focus about our internal problems. This is the mistake. So our strategy try to maybe right now in more theoretical level to understand what you need to focus. This is what I want to present you right now. I thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Alexander Silkin. May I request the chairperson, Praveen Srivastava, sir?
Well, first of all, I must congratulate Dr. Silkin for a very interesting talk given and very relevant also. See, the present pandemic, the crisis which the world is facing today has made us realize in what way our enterprises, businesses were lacking. You have to cater. Now, as he has brought out, you have to cater for such contingencies which are beyond our control. Now, so far as he was mentioning, yes, internal threats we all were taking into account. But such type of contingencies now, since these were not taken into account, all are staring at the sinking economy of all our enterprises and our companies which we are seeing. Had this contingency been catered for, such type of problem would have not arisen. Notwithstanding, as now we realize in all our future endeavors, it should be a main criteria wherein such type of threat, external threat, which may come in on our enterprise has to be taken care of. If the ab initio in the beginning itself, we have to cater for this. So again, I would congratulate Dr. Silkin. A very nice talk and very interesting also. What I am amazed at this conference is that each person is coming out with a different topic, and it is making this conference very interesting. You will not believe I am not even able to get up and go to around the corner also for some work because the topics are so interesting. One is not able to leave the chair. So I must once again congratulate Dr. Silkin and the organizers also. Oh, what an interesting conference this is coming out to be. Anyone got any questions? Dr. Silkin is available. He will be too glad to answer them. Dr. Pankaj, your microphone is off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dr. Tan. Dr. Tan.
Yes. Yes, I saw the, thank you, because Professor Silkin provided a very good macro structure, which is very, very good. And it will help a lot on the agri-tourism, communities, because I also do a lot of research on all those agricultural tourism issues, so I can apply many concepts provided by professors in those areas. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So anyone else? Yesterday, Praveen sir, you were continuously sitting with us up to 11 p.m. I think that all these lectures were interesting. That's why you are telling that each and every speaker was sharing
the range. You see the range of topics which have been covered, especially in the time of pandemics. Now, just a previous speaker, if you see how she has linked the economic with fire safety measures. Just imagine. It is once if you start thinking on these lines, It looks very logical. But so far, no one has applied their mind on this field. So that is why I'm saying all these topics are so interesting that one is not able to leave. Even if you have some important work to do, one thing is that we may postpone and at least let me listen to this. This is more important than any other work. So that itself indicates how good we are going. Thank you.
Good, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So, Professor Nina, with your kind permission, should I continue?
Thank you very much, dear Dr. Silkin, Alessandra, and I would like to give a talk, give a word to our Professor Pankaj to continue the program.
Okay, thank you. So now I invite the Praveen Kumar Srivastava, sir, the FAI Executive Council member, as a chairperson of the next session. And basically, he is an environmentalist. He did his master's in environmental engineering. And the current topic is going to be addressed by Dr. Suzaina Karnasuta, Faculty of Environment, Kastrat University, Bangkok, Thailand. Dr. Yanakun, where is this? Dr. Yanakun? She's here?
Not yet.
Because we have received our abstract. Dr. Taksina.
I think we are going before time. She may not have reached. But very apt.
I call her.
We should definitely try to make up time because in the chain, sometimes we get delayed.
Yesterday we were delayed. Yesterday we delayed.
พอดี3 คนก่อนหน้านี้เขาใช้เวลาเซฟมากก็เลยทำให้อาจารย์ไวขึ้น
Yesterday we delayed about 2 hours.
Yeah, it happens because such type of sometimes the connection gets off, sometimes the translation is required. It takes time. That all is acceptable, provided everything is, we all are together in it, so it is all acceptable.
Yeah, Dr. Yanakun.
She called me, need more 5 minutes. Now she come down to turn on the computer.
So
maybe the next one, the Taksina.
Next one is there.
Professor.
Taksina
is here.
I think not yet.
Okay, because we are before time, that's why the speakers are joining.
The next, the Sujina and the Taksina ready or not? Not okay.
So,
give 2-3 minutes.
3 minutes, okay. Okay, that's good. You may contact Dr. Taksina because we are before time. Dr. Suzaina.
Sure.
Yeah, Dr. Suzaina, because
I would like to confirm Dr. Taksina too.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to introduce Assistant Professor Sujina Kandasut. That now she come down the office or the turn on the computer. I would like to introduce the Assistant Professor Dr. Sujina Kandasut. She live in the office in the Bangkok Department of Environment Faculty, Environment เกษตรศาสตร์ University, Bangkok, Thailand. I would like to introduce the education. She finished with Bachelor of the Science in Biology, Sri Nakarin Virod University in Thailand. Finished Master of Science in Genetics, Chulalongkorn University in Thailand. Finished Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Science, เกษตรศาสตร์ University. And Prize Award On year 2017, Inventor Award of Thailand, vertical recycle box from Deputy Prime Minister by National Research Council of Thailand. Social and commercial utilization of communities such as school, residential, condominium, and industry print. Academic service to society, associate just to central Interactor, property and international trade count, and Vice President of Associate Researcher of Thailand, and ICS Innovative Creation Skill for Human Resource of such as Loyal Thai Army, Electricity Generating Authority of Thailand, and Development Public Company Limited, and experience to the environmental impact assessment for mega projects, experience of the Energy Regulatory Commissions, and now okay, she called me for the how can find. For the now I give a new link for her. Give a moment.
Dr. Yanakun, have you shared the link with Dr. Suzaina?
I'm done. Wait a minute.
Okay.
And let me find Dr. Thaksina already or not. Thaksina. Oh yeah, I think coming.
Hello.
Yeah. อาจารย์ wedding อาจารย์อยู่เมื่อกี้ผมอินทริวประวัติของอาจารย์เสร็จเรียบร้อยอาจารย์สามารถลองเช็คไอ้ presentation อะไรต่ออะไรก่อนได้นิดหน่อย Okay, Assistant Professor Sujina Kanasud, now she coming already. I give her to the 1 minute for the checking presentation and turn on the camera.
Okay.
อาจารย์เปิดกล้องได้เลยนะครับถ้าพร้อม
เปิดกล้องแล้วนะคะกำลังเปิด presentation ค่ะ
लेंगे दे देना हमको
อาจารย์เปิดได้ไหมครับ
อาจารย์ตัว presentation ที่ต้องกด presentation now ใช่ไหมคะ
นำเสนอขวามือฮะ
คลิกเข้าไปแล้ว
ที่มันเขียนว่านำเสนอทันทีฮะyeah
ใช่ค่ะ presentation now กดไปแล้วใช่ presentation now
ได้ยินแต่เสียงอ่ะ
ใช่ค่ะ
Now I have hear you
Good afternoon for everyone thank you
presentation ยังไม่เห็นนะอาจารย์ส่วนอาจารย์ทักษิณา
มันขึ้นตัวที่แบบเป็นสีเทาอะค่ะ
เหรอคือเวลานำเสนอเนี่ยมันจะขึ้นเป็นจอนั้นจอเดียวอาจารย์จะไม่เห็นทั้งหมดนะฮะ
เขาไม่เห็นหน้าเราเลยครับ
อาจารย์ทักษิณาฮัลโหลอาจารย์ทักษิณา
ตอนนี้เห็นจอภาพของทุกคนที่เข้าฟัง
อันนี้อาจารย์ยันก่อน
yeah I hear you now อาจารย์สุจินา the present first and the second you okayอาจารย์ได้ไหมฮะอาจารย์
present on my PowerPoint
อาจารย์สุจินาอาจารย์
ใช้ที่ได้ไหมเดี๋ยว
ได้อาจารย์ส่งให้ผมเดี๋ยวผมแชร์ให้แล้วก็อาจารย์บรรยายได้แล้วนี่อาจารย์ได้
อย่างนั้นตอนนี้อาจารย์ได้กว่า
อาจารย์พรีเซนต์ได้เลย
เอาขึ้นเลยเหรอคะทำไมกี้ไม่
ขึ้นแล้วตอนนี้อาจารย์สามารถพรีเซนต์ได้เลยอาจารย์ลองคลิกไปข้างหน้าสัก1 ครั้ง
ลองแต่กี้ไม่เห็น
จะไม่เห็นอาจารย์จะไม่เห็นฮะอาจารย์จะไม่เห็นอาจารย์ลองกดไป next page ดู
ของกี้จะไม่เห็นจอเหรอคะ
อาจารย์จะเห็นจอของตัวเองแต่จะไม่เห็นหน้าพวกผม
อันนี้ใช่ไหมคะyou're presenting มันขึ้นค่ะอาจารย์ you're presenting to everyone
สไลด์ไม่โชว์
มันขึ้นว่า you are presenting for everyone ใช่ไหมคะ
แต่ว่ามันยังไม่มันขึ้นคาอยู่เป็นหน้าจอของอาจารย์ICS Academic ถ้าไม่งั้นอาจารย์ส่งมาช่องทางไลน์อีกเดี๋ยวผมลองเปิดให้ก็ได้อาจารย์อันไหนเวิร์กกว่า
เราพูดก่อน
ที่ส่งที่ส่งที่ไลน์อาจารย์แล้วกันนะคะพอดีว่าที่แชร์พาสปอร์ตนะคะอาจารย์สงสัย
เอาเหรอเป็นไปได้มันอาจจะ2 ทางมันก็จะช้าหน่อยครับอาจารย์แชร์มาได้เลย
มันจะช้ามากเลยโอเคที่ส่งไปให้อาจารย์แล้วค่ะ presentation อาจารย์ได้รับไหมคะ
เดี๋ยวรอแป๊บหนึ่งมันยังมาไม่ถึงผมโอเค I found it
โอเคค่ะ
เดี๋ยวผมจะลองเปิดดูนะฮะขออาจารย์ออกจากการนำเสนอก่อนเลยฮะ
เมื่อกี้ stop ใช่ไหมคะโอเค
โอเคเดี๋ยวผมจัดการให้
เหมือนมันช้าไงไม่รู้นะคะเพราะเน็ตที่ช้าด้วยเป็นแบบฮอตสปอตนะคะมันก็เลยช้าน่าจะออกมาแล้วค่ะค่ะ
เดี๋ยวแป๊บนึงอาจารย์ที่มันขึ้นเนี่ยมันเป็นข้อมูลเก่าครับ
เปลี่ยนชื่อนี่มันจบแค่นี้เหรอโอเค
Okay, everybody see the presentation or not?
No, not yet. No.
Hello.
No, it is not visible. It is not visible.
Not yet.
Okay. Okay. Not yet. Okay.
พี่ใช้ Google Meet เป็นไหมมานี่สิเวลาเราจะแชร์สไลด์กดปุ่มไหนนะ
เห็นไหมคะ
One presentation is on, I think. No. Dr. Nina, please check. I think one person. Okay. Just a minute.
Yeah, now it's okay. Everybody see the presentation.
Something is okay.
โอเคอาจารย์ตอนนี้ของอาจารย์นำเสนอได้เลยฮะอาจารย์สุจินาฮะ
เสนอเลยเหรอคะโอเคน
ำเสนอได้เลยอา
เอ๊ะ
จา
ทำ
ร
ไม
ย์
ไม่จองไม่
Total Nina.
โอเคได้ยินค่ะอาจารย์
โอเค
Okay, just a minute. Just.
อาจารย์นำเสนอได้เลยครับโอเค
This is a PDF file. Please open through a PDF. That is PPT. It is a PDF file.
Yes, good afternoon for everyone.
Okay.
Dr. Suchina Ganasuta from Thailand. I'm very proud of my presentation on IOP World. This is a research and innovation or solutions of the farming. So sorry, because I cannot see. Let me open my on my screen. ได้ยินเสียงนะคะอาจารย์
อาจารย์เวลาอาจารย์จะเปลี่ยนแผ่นอาจารย์บอกว่า next ได้เลยนะฮะเดี๋ยวผมโอเคให้
โอเค
อันนี้แผ่นที่
ที่
ส
บ
อ
อง กว่า
นะฮะ
กิ๊ม
ตอนนี้แผ่นที่สองแล้ว
ใช่ไหมคะ This is my topic on a global digital farm with the environmental education to SDG economy. I work at the Department of Environmental Science, Faculty of Environment, Kasetsat University, Bangkok, Thailand. Let me show my another work on Association of Researchers of Thailand. I'm a vice president of association and editor-in-chief in International Journal of Science and Innovative Technology. Okay. Let me show for the composition of. Sorry, my internet for very late. This is my abstract for today's presentation. I would like to showcase the organic playground. The organic playground is a digital economy organic compound world called IOP World. This is a work from research and development right now to be innovation. IOP World is a new farming business organic diversity agroforestry to global marketing, demand network, and green farm active learning at the on-site and global online. This is a definition of the IOP world. This is picture show the location and some construction of the IOP world on some place of the northeast of Thailand. So the IOP world is many benefit for the farmers and the people on the rural area, and some industrials, and this is industrial CSR to the communities. But the models and the model office of the headquarters of the host at California. This is the model like the IOP world construction. The IOP world construction inside have many agroforestry inside, but around have a corridor. This is a specific design for the function to the business. IOP World is a BCG. In Thailand, BCG campaign from bioeconomy, circular economy, green economy. I showed some locations of IOP World. Right now, 5 locations on the 5 provinces. to operate linkage to the social enterprise. The social enterprise in Thailand affects to the local economies in Thailand. Let me show this picture. The system of IOP world consists of organic waste and biomass from the office activities, and some to the biocompost and the biogas site. Biogas site can get the reclaimed water from the building. Reclaimed water on the building, biocompost, and biogas site on the IOP world can use for the agroforestry system. But some IOP world is a circular economy, so this is we use the recycled material waste collecting system by vertical recycles or VRB. VRB is the recycle machines related on the IOP world. Yeah. On the training for sustainable organic playground or SDOP. This is activities for learning to the public and school students or university students. Let me see. Let me tell the floor on the the IOP world benefits. IOP world benefits is a CSR buffering of the green industrials and open implement to the sustainable development communities, value adding and enhance size of land use with a OP designing system, promoting agricultural income to the people of the organizations related to the OP farms. And several social enterprise or social business on the OP farms. And the IOP world for the green industrials, the OP can be buffered between industrial sector need to perform sustainable CSR, CSV into the surrounding communities. The green industry or green industrial park initially for building the OP system, we're starting up with the target buffering area. The OP operations cooperate by South communities under monitoring of the green industrials. On the IOP World Showcase, benefit for the business income. So the income from many activities on the IOP world models, such as agro-tourism for the hand harvesting self, on organic food diversity farm, and health tourism for the fun, for having fun and adventure, exercise, and the green conditions to the good. Healthy, place of meditation, mind healthy, relaxing screen camp with the energy surfing, and IOP world can apply to any business such as a cafe or food, from the farming, camp booking, green learning center, herb plantation. On some of the activities, we join the digital platform, Kingdom Organic Network in Thailand, to sales and delivery to to the customer in Thailand. The organic plantation will promote on this platform, and the platform show and sales delivery of our project in Thailand. You can see the next. You can see the next slide. See the next slide. Some samples. Some sample of the products from IOP World. Such as the sample of the products from IOP World. This is dental floss. Dental floss consists of some ingredients from the young light leaf from the IOP World agroforestry system. We call young light leaf on a by trademark as a kori. The kori is a concentrated young light leaf that produced by the IOP World. This is a raw material ingredients for the industrials, such as dental floss. Dental floss produced from Udon Thani province in Thailand. But the next one of the that makes the materials kori or young light leaf on the Ratchaburi province. That is a barbecue chicken that mixing the kori or young light leaf from IOP World. Everything sell on the platform. Actually, the IOP World, we have digital platform that call global digital farmers. The global digital farmers have as the digital platform to sales and show the virtual farming village on the IOP World on site, and can sell delivery to the customers every country. And Ubon Ratchathani, the project of the IOP World, be linkage to the factory on the Ubon Ratchathani to produce the rice noodle, rice noodle in Thai Khanom Jeen. Mix the kori or young light leaf materials from the IOP World. We launch on the market. and on the shops in Thailand. Very interesting from the customer. This is showcase the OP Global Digital Farmers. We cooperate with the Cat Telecom company. This is internet provider and digital business engaged to our project. And let me show some fruit from IOP World. Very interesting. That is pomegranate. Pomegranate is taptim. Taptim very healthy fruit. Have a anti-aging agent, right? A young light leaf. They have they have oxidation agents to be anti-aging and antioxidant. Especially the young light leaf has a beta-glucan. Beta-glucan functional and health cream for the heart, and diabetic So you can everyone can see that fruit or some plant from the IOP world. We try to produce the health plant to to solve the problem of the public health and demand of the customers. This is a system, the system of operations of the IOP world. IOP world we call organic playground. Organic playground. This is phrase to show the word phrase to show that happiness, the happiness for the public, the happiness for the farmers, because the farmers network can got the money more and reduce the chemicals substance for the plant on the list on the cycling on agricultural cycling. This is a sustainable agricultural plantations. Absolutely, yes. The system showed that. So IOP world is the promoting demand, but IOP world not doing for supply, because in the mindset, even more supply. This is the more supply effect to the price of agro effect to the agro.
Honorable Speaker, may I request you to conclude, as no slides are visible.
อาจารย์สรุปเลยก็ได้ฮะครับ
เสร็จแล้วค่ะอาจารย์เรียบร้อยแล้วค่ะ
โอเคอาจารย์ก็พูดอะไรหน่อยเป็นการสรุปก็โอเคแล้ว
Okay, this is conclusion of our work for promoting some case from the research and development to become the innovation. The innovation in this case is IOP world to build the sustainable development goals and to be the better of environment and agricultural and the socials and social in this case the healthy of the people. Thank you for attention in my presentation. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dr. Sujana. Before inviting the chairperson, I would like to make a request that next time, whenever we will meet, hope your entire presentation we would like to listen. This time, due to some technical difficulties, I think your colleagues were unable to share the slides. Anyway, we appreciate your research work that you have carried out. And now I request another environmentalist, Praveen Srivastava, sir, who is chairing the session. Okay.
Well, Dr. Sujana, I am very sorry that because of the non-availability of slides, we were not able to follow your complete presentation. I am sure the project work which you have done is of great use. And what I could gather was that IOPO, there is a digital platform which has been created to bridge the gap between the farmer and the people who are requiring that. Definitely, and you also talked about non-use of chemicals, which goes on to say the organic farming. Yes, organic farming, definitely environment needs that. And the aspect of organic farming with digital, the moment you go to digital, you are cutting the in-between persons, and definitely farmer gets greater returns. So what little I could gather from your lecture, due to absence of slides, absolutely fault is mine. I was not able to catch up to you. But notwithstanding, I must appreciate your effort. And as Dr. Pankaj said, we will definitely, loss is ours because we were not able to get the complete grasp of your subject. But definitely a very good effort. Kindly keep it up, and next time we'll try to make sure that your slides are also visible. Thank you.
Big thank you, Professor Praveen. And then any question for another?
Thank you so much. Any question?
Anyone else wants to share something with no question, Dr. Yanakun?
Yeah, no, right? Okay. And then I want to conclude with the presentation. Assistant Professor Sujina Kanasud. She talked about the five concepts. The first one, digital organic, collect to the IOP word, and the project in some province in the Thailand, she showcased is really better, okay? And the second, she showed the OP for the green industrial. Is now is a trend in the Thailand for the green industrial. And the third, a lot of case benefit with the OP. She showcased in the another province in the Thailand, very good. And four, show the product with the OP. Yeah, I like it. The chicken barbecue I tried before. And the last one, she talked about the global digital platform. Yeah, thank you so much for presentation. And now we have the next speaker.
Dr. Taksina.
Yeah, Dr. Taksina ready, right? I can introduce you between 1 minute, okay?
Okay.
All right. Dr. Taksina Sanyen, finished PhD Integrated Tourism Management, NIDA, from Thailand, and then finished Master Degree of Social Science Development Communication, Kasetsart University, and have one more for the Master Degree Education, TESL, Burapha University, and finished Bachelor of English, Panakon Teacher College. This title today, she speak heart of, now she's still in the heart of airline, business college of tourism and hospitality, Sri Patum University campus, Khon Kaen. Thank you so much. Please, you present.
Okay, now we would like to invite the chairperson. And the chairperson is Dr. C.C. Tan, Mai Fa Luang University, Thailand. As well as
thank you.
Yeah, please take the chair, sir.
Thank you, professors. Thank you, Professor Yanakong, for introductions. And so now we welcome Professor Taksina for a wonderful presentation. Professors, you can go ahead with your presentation. You just go to the present now and share your screen.
Good afternoon, all distinguished participants. Why it is importantly choosing this topic? Sorry, we have somebody disturb me. Sorry. Okay. Let's look the slide. The first slide. Why is importantly choosing this topic? Can you see my slide?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. Not able.
Not yet. Okay, just a minute.เข้าไปนั่นแหละครับเข้าไปไอ้พวกนี้แหละนี่ก็ได้โอเคเข้าไปนั่นแหละโอเค
กดตัวนำเสนอทันทีอยู่ขวามือข้างบน
So สไลด์ครับแชร์สไลด์
Looks good.
Yes, I found it.
Okay, can you see my slide?
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready? Are you with me?
Yes, we are with you. Continue, Professor.
So this is the talk of the town, the COVID-19 pandemic and the future of tourism in Thailand. But not only Thailand, but also all the world, we have to responsible, for the all, Okay. This is the summary of the damage of Thailand tourism sector. The foreign tourists have gone and there are doubts on how much purchasing power of people to spend in domestic tourism. They include all involved in tourism, airlines, hotel, carriage, laborers, restaurants, shops, and how long that they will come back to drive the economy again. So we should realize that we cannot serve the group of tourists like before. What we should do, we should focus on the potential tourists, such as medical tourism for foreign patients who need to recover themselves in hospital in Thailand and they want to travel at the same time. We could distribute economic growth to other sectors. This is because to reduce revenue from tourism. And we should improve and invest in skill and education to laborers in order to apply in the new industry. For example, technologies, they will be able to secure their stability in career to generate new jobs. The spread of COVID-19 affects our economy and human beings seriously. On the other hand, it is a lesson to test our immunity. So it's time to consider and revise ourselves to make it stronger and ready to challenge for the future. Next slide. According to the infection in Egypt, Syria, in Rayong, in the beginning of July, it stated that Thailand still weakened in application of measure and it caused damage and more than necessary enforcement like closing school, pointing out that Rayong was the origin of spreading virus. There's a chance if the second spread of COVID-19 in Thailand in the second half of 2020, although closing country lockdown, it would not be at zero all the time. It could control spreading at low transmission level and control low damage. Thailand's government could open the border but remain the necessary measure and cut off some excess regulation due to the COVID-19. It should inform all of people government officials the mission and goal to cooperate, which is believed that we can make it happen. The question that after COVID-19 passed by, the trend of economic tourism will be, will people want to travel? The factor number 1 to number 3. The factor number 1 to number 3 are domestic administration. If it works, the country will be recovered. So number 1 to number 3 is like a, internal factor. And the factor from number 4 to the last are uncontrollable, are able to fluctuation. So it is difficult to predict. The appropriate period of opening borders should be in October 2020 to April 2021, and after virus launch, human will be in the new normal or normal being. In long run, instability tourism situation is not depending on Thailand only, because we need to rely on East Asia, China, Japan, South Korea. They can tackle issue on COVID-19 quickly and less damage than other countries. But it takes time to recover economy, people's mental, household, The Chinese mostly don't want to travel abroad, but the young will be out first. Mass tourism like group will be blocked because of social distancing measure, which lead to the higher cost of travel. The Chinese tourists are 1/4 of foreign tourists traveling to Thailand. In 2020, Thailand should keep an eye for domestic tourism and Asia travel. The business should adapt to the destination management unique distinguished. For example, executive accommodation, private beach, enjoy a glass of wine, picnic, niche market attraction at destination. Make a small group of tourists may cost the higher cost because it should pay more attention in detail. Thank you, Mas. Thank you for this opportunity to present here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Taxinas, for the great presentation, and it demonstrates clearly that this during pandemic it has created a lot of negative influences to national tourism sectors in Thailand, and Professor Taxinas demonstrated that there are both controllable and uncontrollable factors. But again, another issue is we are all together on the same fate. So in order to improve the tourism performances in Thailand, which was very impressive before the COVID-19. I think we have to make sure that everybody else, every other nations are on the right track. Because of the fact together. But again, in order to since the wind has already been blowing, we have heard yesterday from our professors from Brazil and Ukraine, and we learned that we also need to be innovative. So Professors Taxinas, Semien demonstrated that we have to, and we are doing it, which is the innovative destinations management. So we can also do a lot of the innovative destinations management to attract the domestic tourists, because Thailand has closed the borders from with the outside world, but the COVID-19 it domestically is relatively zero. We have maintained zero for almost a couple of months already, and so our life actually is very normal. And so nobody is wearing mask, and we are still continue, and nothing happened. And well, we do have masks and things like that, but we mostly because of the risk assessment is very low internally. So there are again some domestic revenues, earning abilities, which we have to really do some innovative ideas, and professors demonstrated quite clearly. So thank you very much, professors, for a very wonderful insights, giving us the snapshots of what's happening in the tourism industry in Thailand. And any questions from the audience? Professor Yanakont, want to say anything? Get out or?
Just nothing. It's really perfect from the Dr. Taxina for presentation.
Yes, very good. Thank you very much. Just 2 days reviewing, for my review, just 2 days, because my responsibility for my, my duties in Khon Kaen, very, so complicated, when I just work only, 3 months here, I have to establish the new college. That's why.
That's good. Yeah.
I would like to join because you are a good friend. That's why we say yes. We say yes, and we approve when Dr. Yanakon say, could you present blah, 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 and Mr. Tan as well, and Mr. Prakat as well. When we talk the telephone, 2 months ago, I remember. That's why I make decision to do the presentation. Even I'm not ready much, much ready, but I try to leave you, only 2 days. Yeah, thank you very much for for giving my opportunity to presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Taksina. You're always ready.
I have to go back to Bangkok by driving 5 hours. While driving to Bangkok. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you, Dr. Taksina. Dr. Taksina, once again, thanks to you. That within 2 days you agreed to share your views and hope the complete discipline of especially the domestic tourism you discussed. What happened about most of the tourists that are coming to Thailand are international. Not a single person is visiting. How this situation will be controlled, how this will be revived, that is a major concern. Hope next time you will share your complete view, the revival of the tourism industry.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thanks, Dr. Taksina.
Thank you.
Thank you. So now I would like to invite the next speaker. The next speaker is Professor C.C. Tan, the Vice President of FAI and the faculty member, School of Management, Mai Fah Luang University, Thailand. Okay. Dr. C.C. Tan is a fantastic example of industry-academia collaboration. Earlier, he worked in the industry up to the level of Vice President, and did his Master's and PhD from Australia, from the leading institutions. Contributed a lot in the field of supply chain management. Later on, he switched over to the academic domain and pursued a lot of contribution, especially in the field of management. And nowadays, he is working a lot on the field of tourism as well as the Buddhist philosophy as well, and connecting or the fusing the Buddhist philosophy and the tourism concept, the meditation, and a multifaceted personality. I would like to invite the chairperson, Professor B.S. Bisser. Professor B.S. Bisser.
Yeah, welcome, Professor Tan. You have already told about him, and we are highly impressed with his intellect, with his work, with his kind of research guidance to many students. And then you rightly told that he is one of the best examples of academia, then research, and then industry, and then himself being entrepreneur. Welcome, Dr. Tan. We'd like to hear you more.
Thank you, Professor BS, and thank you, Professor Pankos, and thank you, everyone. Okay, so you should be able to see my slide now, I think so.
Yes. It is visible.
Coming.
It is visible, yeah. Okay, my topic would be on community-based tourism, which is a very important in nowadays sustainable problems and challenges all over the world, and the communities really play a very central role. They're not only part of the community in our societies, but actually they control of the water and stabilities of mountains and things. And again, anybody who are part of the societies will definitely be a catalyst, a potential catalyst for making the society the better world or in a negative direction. So community-based tourism is very, very, very important. And again, it is not only important in the sense of the community itself, but we can also educate the communities, what the communities can bring. There are not equivalents to the urban area in different types of lifestyle. So we can bring the educations, we can educate the evidences and the models or samples of community-based agricultures or tourism, so whichever they're doing to the young people. And so they know how to appreciate, the livelihood of the community, the cultures of the communities, and how they sustain their communities and how they contribute to the society. So this is very important. The particular concept today that I would like to bring about is actually two things. One of them is the key thing is the social capitalization. I demonstrated a lot of I always trying to present using some simple ideas or simple concepts or simple models or simple theories to be able to demonstrate the complexities of the situations and to benefit not only the researchers but also to the practitioners such as the community. Social capitalization is very important, particularly in also in the community area, because what drives them to be able to benefit to the society and themselves is the social cohesion, and the social capitals are very important. So today I would allow me to demonstrate the civil participations, the peoples involved to make to utilize the social capitalizations and and use that as a powerful forces and resources to lead the communities to develop into a resilient, more resilient, capable of sustaining some shocks or stresses or whatever, or deliver the performances in a sustainable way. So this is basically the situation. So again, as I already demonstrated from the titles, which is the civil participation and utilizing which is as the extent of human social capital to allow the communities to develop whichever they want to develop, such as community-based tourism, and therefore deliver sustainability achievements such as economic, social, cultural development, and ecological healthiness. That would be the overall picture that you would see from the topics which I have just mentioned. Now, come to the key point is that with civil participation, why we need to involve more people and civil participation, such as they themselves, instead of the governments driving, driving the strategies by themselves, they involve the communities to co-create the sort of the projects and the strategies that they think better suitable for the communities. And not only that, because different peoples come with different processes and different experiences and different knowledge and different attitudes and different understanding. And so therefore, with the civil actor participation, the tourism development process is believed to be a better informed, at least better capable to motivate them, because they themselves initiate the processes and engage to the processes. So it's better informed, more effective because of the motivations and because of the social synergy among the community, and they share among each other, so more equitable in an ethical sense, and sustainable, social, sustainable, cultural sense, and more legitimate. They are willing to participate. So the research objective, therefore, is tasked to is established to study the role. Tell people that the civil participation is very, very useful. So I always try to collect interviews them and do the surveys, and everything is based on interviews and observations first before the quantitative survey. That would get into a better understanding with what is going on. So I would like to demonstrate that the role of civil participation is very, very important in supporting and driving whichever initiative, which I take CBT, community-based tourism, as part of the initiative which I demonstrating today. And by considering from the social capital and the social cognitive theory. The social cognitive is a very interesting and very important theory, because that theory involves sociological factors and forces, and also the cognitions, the intellectual resources and capability of the sociological context. So combination of social cognitive is a very, very wonderful, straightforward theory that can govern complexity in identifying what are the important lessons we can learn, apart from the original versions, which is the civil participation driving the CBT. the literature review, or give you a short version. Social capital, it's a very important resources, and without getting into the detail, you probably can see from the graph that there are the relational network that if we can somehow allow those relational synergies to come into the holistic productive picture, that is the manifestation of the social capital. And if you go a little bit into the detail of how we capitalizing those, then there are some structures coming into the pictures of destinations management, which has the structures elements like the professors from Ukraine, couple of the first two professors talk about microeconomic structures of the agricultural community investments, and one of the very important thing is the structure. So we got to have the investment. The two professors talk about investments on the agricultural situations would need to involve structural supports and the factors, resources, and again the tractors, the traction. And these another very important thing is the cognitive skills clearer and easily understandable. And that they are able to see not only achieving the particular objective, which is community-based tourism or destination management, whatever they want to do, but most importantly, that there is a goal that they can feel and touch continuously on an evolving manner. So this cognitive goals, sustainability goals are very important. Again, professors, our presidents and previous presidents also demonstrated very clearly that that we also need to not only focusing on the productive side and the productive structural side, but also the value adding side, which is the tourist value and things like that, because those are the earnings earnings area. And relational civil participation, there are both endogenous, which is coming from the local governments, agents, and communities, and the stakeholders, such as the university, including policies level exogenous from the wider scopes of the government, central government supports. So resilience thinking and development model is it's one model concept that I would like to introduce, which I have not presented before to our colleagues at FATTers Academy, and this forum and many forums is the resilience thinking and development model. So this resilience thinking model is in the sense that whichever we're doing, there is a growing stage. So we want to use the civil participations to drive the growth stage, the community organizations and the community developments and whichever structure which I just demonstrated that you need to do to build up the structures and infrastructures and processes, and then from there you continue to do and to develop and to sustain it until there is a conservation. Sorry, it's not conversation. This is conservation, which is sustainability and cultural, social, and environmental impact. And with that, usually resilience, without looking into the social, psychological, or value-adding factors, it will straightforward, very functionally there is any shock from the external environment, and then there is a release of the whichever capitals that you need to spend additional money in order for you to reorganize your views and your thoughts and your structures and your values. And this is the traditional resilience, community resilience cycles. But again, this contribution is adding on with the civil participations, and we're adding on with the resilience. If you want to really be able to continue engage with that resilience cycles, we got to be able to influence the the attitudes and belief of the community. And so we are trying to go through the processes of community-based tourism development. Couple of years later, 2 or 3 years later, the community's members should be able to strengthen their attitudes and belief in appreciating the conservations, which is the sustainability and the effort they put in, and also the continue to appreciate the values and innovative ideas to the tourism, and so the values to the tourists and also obtain the value. So that establishes the couple of hypotheses, which is a simple hypothesis in the sense of civil participations driving the growth stage, and the growth stage driving sustainability enhancing and contributing the into the tourist values, because tourists are more able to appreciate the value when they are able to see the sustainability achievement and the processes and the beauty of the communities and the agricultural livelihood and the maintenance and preservations of socio-cultural. So this hypothesis is a very, very important. And again, without this another hypothesis of attitude, it will be very difficult to challenge additional shocks of the stresses of the external environment, the continual trend of the external environment in such a way that they can release the power of the intellectual resources to for them all their capitalizations again to reorganize and engage in a renewed growth stage. So the growth stage, which is I've demonstrated here, is an initial phase of the developments of resilience thinking, which I already explained. This is just a quick capture, which is represented by the set of the community organization and development efforts gradually develop into community-based specialized including the agriculture. So these activities, as I already demonstrated, including structural elements such as road condition, transport, accommodation, homestay infrastructure, blah, blah, blah. It's the growth that leads to the hypothesis which I just demonstrated, just put into words for you to see the overall picture. Civil participations, which I have just demonstrated, represented inclusively by the governmental role, the stakeholder support, the community leadership, which is very important. Without a community leadership, nothing's happened. Until now, today, we cannot solve easily without the leader in the community. The community doesn't move without the leader. And so, and again, it's a lot of challenges. It's not that straightforward. In preparations to move these projects from the generalist to the specialist phase, which is the CVT, in order to influence the growth stage achievement represented by the community organization. So this is the overall picture. When we get into this conservation stage, which is already establishing the detail, so as the conservation stage starts to progresses and see the data of sustainability, the connection, it means that the connection between all the elements that I had just demonstrated, including the social capitalizations and able resilience cycle, has already become better defined and better evidences and more effectiveness demonstrated. So because of that, we easily it demonstrates the sustainability has been achieved, and because of that, we can also contribute to the community, to the tourists. And sustainability as a livelihood has the natures of collective good. Together, it's not individual, and so not appropriated to the individual. So we got to share equities, and they are enjoyed by all those participate in the activities, and these are the fundamental motives and domains of value that not only motivate community but also motivate the tourists to come and appreciate and feel the emotional values and this evidential sustainability achievement of the community in their CVT effort would form a strong base for tourists to come and enjoy from the various perspectives, as I already demonstrated, from the food, from the activity, from the experiences, from the education, from the appreciation, from the aesthetic, from the environmental healthiness, things like that. From the resilience and sustainable livelihood perspective that I just demonstrated, really nothing's implying. It really not is nothing but implying that the overall systems has already becoming more efficient and in delivering the desired outputs, and that is one of the reasons that attract the the visitors to come and experience more. So again, this is a sustaining effort. It's not that straightforward. And in addition, seeing the evidences, as again, I already told you, seeing the evidences of all this sustainability from the evolutionary perspective on the social psychological phenomena that giving benefit to the social cultural of the community and communities, and the tourists can see that the community would interpret themselves as more opportunity and less threat. Because of that, they learn from their experiences of this ability to contribute to them, so they slowly accept more and more and more. So they form the heuristic base for acceptance and further cognitive and behavioral support, and that is the tipping point to accelerate the civil participations further. And so the resilience cycle is very dynamic and leading to, therefore, this last hypothesis, which is sustainability achievement, would further strengthen the attitude and belief of the community members toward the CBT initiative, and that becomes the sources of civil participations again. What I would like to demonstrate is that I would like to thank Professor Pankaj because he has motivated me to at least try a little bit beyond the statistical issue, which is the AHP, the fuzzy logic and the neural network. And for this case, I would use neural network because it can give me a more easier understanding of the structure of the situations which I just demonstrated. And then I would use that simulations as a guideline for me to construct and demonstrate the statistical valid robustness of the model which I just demonstrated to you. So you can see before we do I will not go into the detail, but just give you the conceptual idea on things that we need to prepare before we can engage into the empirical simulations and statistical analysis. So we really have to understand all the variables that we are talking about, and ensuring that all the variables are not cross interacting with each other in a messy way. So therefore we should demonstrate some convergence and divergence validities, and we can also understand the situations across different the communities, the demographics variables or their livelihood structures and things like that. And so these are the things that reliabilities of the questionnaire. So these are the things that we need to prepare before the neural network simulation, and without this, you will not be able to get meaningful neural network simulation. So that is kind of a data reductions and data organizations and data filtering in the data mining vocabulary. And because of that, we first of all, I try to predict which using the computer simulations. I want to predict which one. This is the structured equation. This is the outcome. We demonstrate that the civil participations drive the growth stage of community developments and implementation, and which drive the sustainability, which drive the value to tourists, which also influences the attitude. So these are the hypotheses. But I want to see which ones influence the economic impact, not from the structural equation perspective, statistical perspective, but from the neural network simulations, and you can do that. So you can do the inputs of the variables into and have some intermediate knots, and you can drive the economic sustainability, and you can do the computer simulation, neural network simulations, and which I have 116 training on the computer neural network and 60 for testing, and it really demonstrates fitting very well on the structural equations modeling. So the heavy weights of the structural equations modeling statistical strength of the regressions are very much interpreted also by the computer neural network simulation. Again, I want to predict which one's value drive the value to the tourist perceived by the community. Again, you can go to the community, you can do the neural network simulation. Again, we demonstrate that the economic impact and the community development plus the social impacts are also very important in predicting those perceptions of value. And again, you can use the computer simulation, and these are the training and testing percentages. And eventually, we can all the variables and do the structural equations modeling. And this a good fit, very well fit, very good fit. Okay, and the null hypothesis is it's good. So it means that the model fits well, and error is very root mean square error is very little, and the fits are very well. Okay, and these are the relationship between each of the different variables. So to the conclusions, 2 pages. I just want to draw the conclusion in the sense of implication so that we can have some idea on how to conceptually expand our research from today's work to tomorrow's work in not only the community but also in other areas such as hot springs or the spiritual tourism. And so explicit structures of social capitalizations process, if we can make the social capitalizations process as explicit as possible, and again, install maybe IoTs in the future if you really want digitizations. But again, whatever we want to do is to explicitize it, because when we have explicitization, people will be, the communities and people's policymaker will be able to monitor and see what's happening. So I think this is something's really lacking behind in the research world. Comparing with the companies, we always explicitize or performance key performance indicators. So explicit structures of social capitalization process, as for example indicated in the resilience cycle, it turns the invisible hand of social capital into organized use. So this is one of the conceptual implications that I would like to share. That it is good to have social capitalizations, but again, it is how we turn it into explicit use and organized use that everybody can feel it and touch it. That makes sense. Empirical validated structures provide, therefore, the developments with the evidences that I've just demonstrated. It provides the development of resilience thinking. So it becomes a competencies that we would like to demonstrate. We like to hope that and share and develop the communities to acquire the competency, which is very important, resilient thinking and development to tourism involving the several actors, and they're targeted as the ultimate value motive for the visitors intended to experience community, agricultural, livelihood and tourism experiences. So this really concluded my sharing. Thank you. Back to our chairman, Professor Spiness, please. Our president.
Thank you, Professor Tan. It was really a mesmerizing kind of and a very impressive kind of presentation, wherein you have brought in many aspects in a holistic manner. The economic, cultural, social, and environmental impact and its analysis, values to tourists, attitudes, and beliefs. One aspect that probably may be explored by the researcher may also include the ethics and value systems. You have talked about the values to tourists. So in this, I don't know, whether it could be useful in any way in order to improve the results further. Depth of analysis, drawing meaningful conclusions, systems approach, the neural network approach, and then evolving newer concept for refining and for clarity of the whole canvas. Excellent. It's highly impressive. I have few questions for you. Will the structure of tourism industry remain the same, will remain the same for times to come, and as there was enough time for newer reforms during this COVID-19, and then the people, the experts involved in tourism might already have been discussing about it and might be evolving the solutions which will be sustainable in future, even if the physical movements are restricted. Could ethics and value systems need to be incorporated in the tourism management model, whether it is rural tourism or health tourism, or it is the learning kind of a situation, or anything else? Maybe that you are one of the best people to explore these issues so that these are also understood better and maybe that incorporated in the models. I'd like to invite the questions or remarks or suggestions from our fellow faculty members, scientists, and presenters. Welcome. Your questions, please, your remarks.
Prior to that, I would like to respond to, thank you, Professor Beast. I would like to respond to the to suggestions of professors, which is very, very important. Again, the model, although it has the resilience capability, but each of the evolutions, when we evolve and when the complexities of tourism change, or the subtle differences of or subtle significance or situations of phenomena or whichever or dynamics of the situation change, the subtle details have to be incorporated. And the ethics and values are very important because civil participations without the ethical, as I already told you, without the equitable or equal implementations and equal participation, which you already see, without the ethical things, it would be very difficult. And in fact, many famous researchers and professors in the UKs and elsewhere in the world, when they talk about, for example, I'll just give you one example, which is cybernetics. Cybernetics was originally used in the automations, but then eventually it was used in communities and used in people cybernetics, social cybernetics, and because of that, they found out that in order to drive the cybernetic systems in the social perspective, you got to have ethics and values, which is the fundamentals driving force for everything that happens. So they call it existential phenomena. In comparisons to the cognitive phenomena and in comparisons to the actions or behavioral phenomena. So there are a lot of things going on, and so if we professors really demonstrate brought to the core of the issue, which is if we want to develop intelligence robotics or intelligent systems, cybernetic system, I think we should not ignore ethics and values. And so how the computer systems can incorporate ethics and values, I think it would be a very, very challenging issue. Professor Spanka's fuzzy logic in the future maybe also will help us in terms of falsifications of the ethics and value systems in that particular perspective. Yeah, and with that, the attitudes form, because when we talk about attitude, it really is relating very closely to, again, ethics and values, because value is the foundations of ethics and things like that. So yes, we will we can make it more explicit. I will consider Professor BS's suggestion, and we will incorporate the ethics and value into a more explicit structure, and so that it will create more awareness and consciousness to our researchers, and then from there, hopefully we can show our results to our valuable, reputable, respectable Professor BS, our President. Thank you.
Thank you. From participants, any suggestion, any comment, any remark for Professor Tan and his presentation? Anyone, please?
Yes, may I?
Yes, please.
Yes, sure, welcome.
Dear Sister Tan, I was all attention during your performance, during your report. It was excellent, very strong arguments, very strong hypotheses and proofs. Really, it was amazing, and I would like to say that everything what you are talking about, I am inclined to behavioral finance. We are starting from value, and it affects the really ethics. And we talk about behavior of population, behavior of people, behavior of managers. So, according to the time, my own investigation is financial security, according corporate finance. So I incline to those that we used to talk about behavioral finance. It's everything. So I would like to say that your model, a neural network model, is very ground. And I just wanted to ask you, which platform did you use to build your simulation?
Yeah,
well, something like that.
There are two platforms, professors. One of the platform is the very simple platform, which is the structural equations modeling from IBM. IBM Amos, you can do that, or you can use MATLAB on your computer, on your fuzzy logic. The neural network of fuzzy logic simulation. And so, yeah, basically you need neural networks simulation software. So you can either use MATLAB, or you can use the modern versions of SPSS. They also incorporated SPSS. They also incorporated neural networks modules. And so if you do not want to do programming, you can go to the SPSS, the latest version, a couple of latest versions, so they have the neural network simulations modules, and then but you have to tell them what you want them to do, simulate. But again, as I already told you, if you want to do neural network simulations on the social perspective, you got to have you have to fulfill all the validities and reliability assurance. Without the validities and reliability, your neural network will not be robustly stable. Okay, and so if we want to have your cycles of iterations saturate, in the numerical analysis sense, you need to have validities and reliability of your construct first. So you must have very strong definition and cohesion in your observation, and so therefore computer simulation of neural network will converge numerically very fast. Okay, the iterations will be very, very fast. Okay, otherwise you will continue. It goes nowhere. Okay, so these are the key trick. Yeah, and after that, if the neural network give you a strong conclusion, structural equation always perfect, because the neural network has already given you a very strong background, and so you can learn the patterns of behaviors from the neural network, and from there you get the behavioral patterns to help you do the statistical structure matrix computation, and so you can that will not lead you to singularity. So on the computation is the convergence, on the structural equations modeling is the preventing the singularity. So you got to have solution, non-singular solution. Yeah, something like that. should be okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Thain. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now it is over to Dr. Pankaj, please.
Yes, sir. I think, Dr. Nina, it is better if you use MATLAB software. That is sufficient enough.
Yeah.
To develop the neural network approach as well. Even then, the advanced version of the fuzzy neural network is much more powerful than the existing one.
Thank
Well,
you.
you may try to use
Take
Stella
one.
or Stella or Dismap as well, along with MATLAB.
Yeah.
But these require at least about 15-20 days of learning. And then some of your students can work on these systems.
MATLAB is
SPSS is also incorporated.
Yes.
SPSS gets automatically incorporated.
But it is advisable that if you are working in the financial security, my suggestion is have a look on the fuzzy tools. That will give you a much more powerful version, analysis, and better results. And even then, you can propose some intelligent systems as well with the help of these fuzzy tools. So, simple suggestion. Otherwise,
probabilities are also taken care by these models.
Sir,
but then you have to be. But then you have to be again. Access to these kind of systems will also help the students in developing a holistic view for the economy. Not only one point of view, but also from several aspects. Thank you. I think a lot of things to be discussed. Yes, certainly, again, I thank Dr. Tan for that, and maybe that we can clap for him.
Yeah.
Always very impressive, always very revealing, always in depth.
So, a lot of things have been discussed regarding the academic discussion just now. We actually started regarding the future possibilities. So, possibility is one of the aspects that we should take care about it. And the possibility of conducting a conference, we did it in during the 3 days. Earlier, we planned that one day, sometimes we used to organize a conference workshop or
diverse topics in different dimensions. A range of topics were covered, that is agriculture sector, security, a few I'm telling you there, agriculture sector, security, financial sector, and then environmental science and tourism sector. Like this, many sectors have been covered there. Totally, the 7 countries participated and the speakers contributed well and the current economic situation and also suggested the future course of action. We have received almost a daily average attendance is 50 attendees were there. 30 speakers from different parts of the country presented the papers, namely from countries Ukraine, Brazil, Thailand, Malaysia, and etc. for other countries. And followed by, in the first day, a felicitation ceremony was conducted, and Professor L.M. Divakar conferred a Distinguished Academician Award. Also, the Best Paper Award for 3 professors for the contribution in 2019. My special thanks to Professor Meena for her untiring efforts, excellent coordination. I've seen one of the best convener. Let's give a clap for her.
Yes.
If she deserves for this. Excellent conference and dignitaries. And apart from this, all the respective chairperson, they played a key role for the contribution, and also they have given a great insight for the conference for this. The technical committee has done a great job, and then the other committee members who has contributed directly or indirectly for the success of the conference. I wish the conference was successfully conducted, and main credit goes to Dr. Pankaj, who is a key driver for the success of the conference. Let's see. His untiring effort, minute by minute, he has taken care of each and every part of this conference. And with the help of our president, B.S. Bishop, a very senior president, a very senior person in our conference, he gives a direct input and indirect input in intellectual way he has done from his side. This is also very appreciable at this conference for this. Last but not the least, I can say one thing else. Of all the conference, everybody presented very nicely. I also listened most of the conferences. Dr. Tan, especially Dr. Tan, I am impressed. I cannot say others. I am very much impressed with the way which he presented the paper with the structural equation. And whenever he present the paper, his presentation would be supported by all the statistical revenues and statistical formations will be given there for this. This is noteworthy for this conference for this. And then everyone, I should be very thankful to all the participants from various countries, patiently and cooperated from all sides, and then made the conference very successful. And thank you very much for all.
Thanks, Professor Raghuraman sir. Here, I think about 40 speakers were there.
40 speakers? Okay.
40 speakers.
Oh, sorry.
Speakers were not able to join.
Okay, thank you.
Speakers across the 7 countries.
7 countries.
Right. And a fantastic presentations from Portugal, from Brazilian fellows. Yesterday it was definitely, it was late night, but fantastic presentations were given by the Brazilian team.
Yes.
Especially, we should appreciate the way the Professor Elizabeth from Portugal, the way she delivered the pandemic situation, economic crisis, it was extraordinary because it is definitely, I'm not a student of economics, but the way she was delivering everything, really it was a fantastic. Definitely wherever the equations and other things come, definitely that we involve. But sometimes different domains of lectures, different domains of areas, especially yesterday morning, in the beginning, some of these speakers nicely presented. Professor Nina, despite all these preparation of the conference schedules, she delivered a nice lecture, as well as the colleagues from Ukraine. Some of them have some language issue, and I think I was briefed by Professor Nina that people are much more familiar with Zoom app rather than Google Meet. But here in India, we are not advised to proceed with the Zoom app. That's why we used to conduct the entire program on the Google Meet, because we have realized that this is the best platform, because so many platforms are there. But this looks like a best platform. Even GeoMeet is better, but GeoMeet is not popular in Ukraine and other places, so that's why it may be difficult. Due to the non-expert Google Meet, repute, we know that in the beginning we are not aware about how the attendance is taken on the MS team. It was very easy, but later on somebody told, then the administrative authorities realized that, okay, this is the way how we can conduct the attendance of the participant and other things. So step by step, each and everyone learns. So on behalf of the collaborating team, I express my sincere thanks to each and everyone speaker. They did their best. We should appreciate each and everyone, and we hope that all these technical issues will not be taken care by anyone. I noticed that sometimes we realize that, okay, nothing is visible. How can we talk? Someone is showing the white slide, and okay, it happens. Okay, we take care about all these issues because it is a program, and the combined team effort will make it a successful program. So now I would like to invite for the feedback from the participants first. The participant, should I call or you will come forward? The Cambodian fellow, Chunileng, are you here? My Cambodian fellow, are you here?
Hello, Professor.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, thank you very much for your invitation. Yeah, by myself today, I'm very happy to join our conference today because it's the best conference talking about the economic and the tourism, and especially in the COVID pandemic. So I'm really appreciate for your presentation, all the presentation. We're just talking about the economic and the tourism and the effects and the conclusion, so the best way. So thank you very much for creating this conference, and I hope that maybe in the next we have the conference. So thank you very much, Professor. Thank you.
Thanks. Convey my message to Dr. Maun Vasna that the University of Management and Economics is always supportive to organize a program. I am very grateful to Professor Dr. Maun Vasna, the Vice President of University of Management and Economics, Kampong Cham, Cambodia. Thanks.
For me, so thank you very much for you, and you always invite me to join the conference. Yeah, so thank you very much, and all for your information and all for your facilitate. I think that maybe 3 days ago you are tired, and all chairman and all the presentation, and I really appreciate for your organize and coordinating this conference. Yeah, thank you very much. I give you the best. Yes, okay. So thank you very much. Yes.
Thanks. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Okay.
So now I would like to invite the fellow colleagues from the Goa-based colleges. First of all, the Swami Vivekananda College faculty members. I have noticed that they were joining the program, listening. So please come forward, say a few words. Swami Vivekananda College, Dr. Subramaniam Bhatt, are you here?
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir. You can hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hello. You can hear?
Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. In India, it is around 4 o'clock now. Now, there is maybe different timings in the different countries. So first of all, even the addressing the first day inaugural, I congratulated Srivastava sir and his team, Bish sir, Singh sir, all the committee members. There is a wonderful conference they organized. They asked me about how to go ahead. Then I told the sir, we are there with you. November conference is the Goa dedicated conference. Professor Srivastava is mentioned already. They started the journey from Goa. Therefore, they are dedicating this conference for the November is in Goa. Actually, could I have done in the month of November in the physical, but different countries are facing different pandemic situations. Some countries are improved, some countries are yet to improve. But again, I congratulate the teams here. I want to specific names here, some of them. Last 3 days, I'm here with you, sir. First day, second day, and yesterday. Yesterday, some of the sessions I attended, some I could not because of some programs in the colleges. There is Professor Naina. He was actively participating in this. Nina, Madam Professor, you are here, no? You are hearing with me?
She is the convener. She
Yes?
is the convener of the conference.
Convener. She's handling wonderfully. She's handling this program and the conference. Bish sir also actively participating. I heard in all the 3 days. I congratulate all the international coordinator committees members. Especially, I want to congratulate here. There is Thailand, Cambodia, the Ukraine, Brazil. All these members who are the organizing committee members. There is a Thailand also there included. Yokron, Unson, next Lilia. Next, I know there is a Regina. They are actively Brazil. They are participating in this conference. My co-colleagues from Mallikarjun College, Father Egnal College, they are actively involved in this. My colleague Shripad Marathe, Priyanka, and Kripali Khande Parker, all Suchita, they are participating, and our Gom sir, they are actively participating in the committee here organizing. I want to tell you 1 or 2 minutes here too. Actually, this Srivastava sir mentioned here, the Google Meet pandemic taught us for this Google Meet, sir. Before that, conferences are physically, they were arranging. Many countries has to travel one place to another place. But this pandemic taught us a lot. How we can, one place we can sit in our office, our home, and we can present the papers in the international level. Srivastava sir must be expert in this, but some of the members are learned last August onwards. Before that, in the July and June, they were just the basic, but August onwards learned. Even the many students are learned in the now. Instead of coming to the college, they are coming with the Google Meet, attending the classes. Again, I will not take much time here. Srivastava sir, I want to assure you that November month, it is dedicated for the Goa meeting. I will welcome you for this 2021, our college, from Vivekananda College for the international conference. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thanks, Subramaniam sir. Definitely IUBGMS 2021 will be at your place with the permission of the president as well, and hope the situation will be normal and we will meet at Swami Vivekananda College 2021 IUBGMS. Right, sir? So that will we will plan accordingly. And,
sure, sir. Sure, sir. Welcome
yes,
you, sir.
Yes, sir. So, and thanks for your nice words that you have quoted. I would like to invite the fellow colleagues from my collaborating institutions, especially the mega contribution was from Ukraine. So, Lilia, would you like to come forward because you are convenient in English to share a few words about this conference?
Yes. Great colleagues, that was an incredible event. We really want to thank you from all Ukrainian delegation. And firstly, we think that is a great fundament for our cooperation for the future plans, for the planning of the future. Firstly, we want to say thank you very much to Mr. Pankaj Srivastava. He is a really well-organized person. He's so talented in that. So he is manager from God, you know. He knows everything how to combine. Even if we talk about the timing, everything, he's worried about everything, schedule, all timetables, even last names, he's worried about that, how to combine everything, don't to forget about something. He's afraid don't to say something bad. He's very talented and he is very intelligent person. We grate you very much. We thank you very much. That was huge, colossal job, really. We thanks everyone. We thanks all the presidents of committee. You also made huge job, and we thank you for this event. And thank you that gave us such a great opportunity to be a part of your team. You show us how to go out from the borders, how don't too afraid to learn something new, try to learn something new, try to be not only a teacher, but try also to be a student. That's great. So thanks very much. Be healthy and of course be wealthy. So we hope that we're gonna see you to the next time on the next event. And of course, after pandemic, we are waiting you in Ukraine, in all our universities. We be glad to work with you. Of course, the Lviv National University of Internal Affairs, Uzhhorod National University, all the universities which participated in this such a wonderful conference. Great again.
Thanks, Lydia. Thanks for the words and thanks for the appreciation of the colleagues. Definitely. So the other fellow colleagues from Ukraine, please come forward to say a few words. Other colleagues from Ukraine, Lviv University, fellow colleague, would you like to say a few words about the conference that you were the part of as a collaborator and as a contributor, as a speaker? Anyone, please? Dr. Nina, you may invite anyone, please.
Yes, on behalf of our Ukrainian colleagues, maybe I would like to express our deep gratitude and deep recognition to our dear Professor Pankaj Srivastava and to the President of FAI, Professor Virendra Disht, and to all distinguished executive members of FAI for the organizing this conference, and especially me, personally about me, I would like to I'm very thankful for inviting me as a convener of this conference. I would like also to thank to all the colleagues from all the institutions involved in the organization of this conference as well, from our Thailand, Brazil, and other countries. Also, I would like to thank especially to our Ukrainian colleagues for their support in this conference.
Nina, please just wait a minute, because some Brazilian colleagues are here, because early in the morning the Brazilian fellows are here. Let me invite them to say a few words. Yeah, please just wait a minute. Rezane, the organizing secretary.
Hello.
Yeah, he's here.
Sir, hello. Srivastava, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Srivastava. Subramaniam Bhatt, that our secretary wanted to say some few words, sir. Kripali Khande Parkar.
Okay. Just wait a minute, sir. After this, I will call Kripali. Rajani, please say a few words about this conference.
Yes, good morning for all, good evening. I would like to say that it was a big pleasure to participate of this conference. It was very, very important, and it was very, very good for all of us. I would like to congratulate all the speakers, because all the speakers were very important and had many big contributions. And we hope to participate in the next year again.
Sure. You will be the part because IUBGMS will happen once again. And again, 2021, we all, this collaborating group, India, Brazil, Ukraine, Greater Mekong Subregion domain, we will collect again, we will gather together and will conduct the program. Thanks, Rajane.
Yes, thank you very much.
Convey my message to the support for Professor Arceloni, Professor Maria, Professor Beatriz, your respective dean, and the magnificent rector of your University Unified Quest. On behalf of this collaborating team, we express our sincere thanks to your respective dean and the rector of the university. Thank you. Now I would like to invite my Greater Mekong Subregion domain, the Thailand domain, Dr. Yanakurn. Dr. Yanakurn, are you here? Dr. Yanakurn? Because Dr. Sairung is today not able to join us because Sairung is representing the Bon Ratchathani Business School, and Dr. Yanakurn was representing on behalf of this Association Researcher of Thailand. So here, a Thai colleague, my fellow colleague is Dr. Tan is here. So I would like to ask Dr. Tan. Okay, in the meantime, we are Bhatt sir. You may invite Krupali to say a few words.
Krupali, you can.
Yes, sir.
Say a few words.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, audible.
Okay.
Audible.
Okay, sir. A warm greetings to all. I, Krupali Khandiparkar, Assistant Professor of Swami Vivekananda College of Commerce, Boriponda, Goa. On behalf of our college, I would like to thank Sir Professor Pankaj Srivastava for giving this wonderful opportunity to become a co-organizer of this India, Ukraine, Brazil, and Greater Mekong Subregion Online International Conference 2020 on the theme Global Challenges and Threat to National Economies Nowadays. Also, it's a proud moment for me to become one of the co-organizing secretary of this international conference. Also, I would like to congratulate all the people present as well as organizing team for their cooperation and efforts in making this event a grand successful. Thank you one and all. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. I have seen that you are continuously attending the program. Okay, now I think Dr. Yanakurn is not present here. So as a lack of time, I would like to invite the key source, the person who was behind I can say that the stage manager of the entire program. Present to interact, to design the plan, to talk about the speakers, and to make a program successful. Professor, I am talking about Professor Zenaida. Professor Zenaida is in my contact, I think, since last 2 years.
Перш за все, Лілічка, я попрошу мене перекласти відразу. Я хочу подякувати професору Панкаю, подякувати професору Бірсту, подякувати всім сьогоднішнім нашим спікерам за те, що долучилися. Особливо хочу подякувати нашій ще українській бригаді, яка сьогодні вперше виступила на вашому майданчику науковому. Подякувати, що долучилися до нас всі науковці із різних країн України. У нас сьогодні є представники Черкас, представники Києва, представники Ужгорода, представники Львова, є представники різних вузів, представники Краматорська, представники Харкова. Через те я дуже всім дякую. Я думаю, що наша співпраця і можливість працювати якраз на вашому науковому майданчику буде нам всім на користь. Дуже вам дякую. Лілічка, переклади.
Professor Zinaida said, I really thank you, Professor Pankai, Professor Beast, for such a wonderful event. Meet in real life. And of course, Professor Zinaida said that that's the great honest to be a team with such a huge international Indian scientific team, and she believes that we're gonna try to combine. More to combine and to work more hardly and more closely. She's believed that that's just only the beginning of our huge future life. Thanks very much and greetings to everyone. Be healthy.
Thanks, Professor Zenaida. I was saying that Professor Zenaida played a key role regarding the success of this conference. She played a major role. I told that
she's very worried. She's very worried about that. She's afraid about that. She's afraid about all the mistakes. She's very worried. She's like you, Mr. Pankai, you know?
But
thanks for the organization. Everything was perfect. You made the job not for 100%, but for 200%. That was great. Thanks a lot.
It is only with the support of each and every one. It is not me. It is the support of each and every one who is a part of this team. And due to the country,
but for us, you are the boss. You know, you are the leader. You just show to what way we need to do, to what way we need to go.
Okay,
and thanks for that.
Thanks for the kind words. But I have a due respect to Professor Zenaida and all my fellow colleagues. So on behalf of FAI, I would like to ask Professor PK, Professor Praveen, would you like to, Praveen sir, you would like to say a few words? Then I would like to invite the President, sir, for the presidential remark.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the colleagues present here. It is a great pleasure. Last 3 days, we have been part of a great function. The magnanimity, the hugeness of this function can only be gauged once we go through the proceedings once again on YouTube or on the slide which we have. And we will realize that it was a huge thing to achieve. And as all have been saying, the main person behind Dr. Pankaj, he definitely deserves all kudos, and whatever said is less. But definitely what I see here, that this is just a beginning. And the future is very, very bright with cooperation of all people who are with us. We definitely look forward to incorporate much more people and more countries in this journey. And the motto is to learn and educate, share. Education will never end, no matter how much we grow. And that is why the motto of our endeavor is to learn, share, and educate. Whatever we know, we should share. And with that, I would definitely look forward to many more such conferences and conveying my personal good wishes to each and every member present here. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and very soon we'll meet again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, one of the person who is representing the life members, so he is requesting me, so let me, Dr. Mahadevan is from Tamil Nadu. Dr. Mahadevan, are you here?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, very good morning, good evening, and good afternoon for various countries. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Pankaj Srivastava, sir, for giving the opportunity to attend this wonderful, excellent conference. This conference consisting of 7 different countries with the eminent speakers. I am very happy to see all of you. All your lectures are very wonderful. Sir, Pankaj sir, this type of conference will stimulate our young minds during this boring pandemic period, sir. Really, really very nice, sir, to arrange these conferences. So I think, sir, very near future, year, we'll meet again to conduct a conference in person, sir. I think vaccine will come. Our next conference will be in person, sir. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mahadevan sir. Mahadevan sir is the I think is the first 10 belongs to the first 10 life members of FAI. He joined in the beginning when the FAI was framed, and these fellows are the backbone behind the success of the formation of this FAI team.
It's all your support, sir. With all this, because of the support.
Yeah, they're silently working, but they'd never come forward to share a few words. But that's why I thought invite. So now I would like to invite our respective president, the chairperson of this entire program, Professor B.S. Bisser, for the presidential remark. Bisser.
Am I audible,
yes, sir,
please?
Audible, sir, audible.
Thank you. Good morning, good evening, and good night to our friends from different countries. The International Conference on Global Challenges and Threats to National Economies nowadays is going to be concluded, or it has already been concluded. So some concluding remarks are going on. 3 days we have been over here, 20, 21, 22 November 2020. Hopefully next year we'll be meeting in person in Goa during this particular period. First of all, Dr. Pankaj Srivastava, thank you very much for all of your imagination, for your coordination, for your execution, implementation of this particular international conference. Dr. Nina Paida, thank you so much. Dr. M.P. Singhji, Dr. P.K. Srivastava, Dr. Raghuraman, Praveen Srivastava, Dr. C.C. Tan, Professor Janaida, Professor Arsiloni, Professor Faipet, Professor Reverend Father Matthews, Professor Roy Gomes, Professor Tiwagar, the Academic Excellence Awardee, Dr. Raj Krishna Mandal, Dr. Sairam, Dr. Yanakon, Dr. Beatrice, Chief Guest,
Marcelo
and Professor Vaisal Franchuk, and Rungasa Lami. All other friends, those who were associated in one way or another in organizing this particular conference, and those who delivered the lectures, and those who participated in the discussions. Thank you very much. We are coming to the close of this particular conference with very happy note that, in my opinion at least, it had been excellent international conference, and we did not feel any shortcoming or the need for having one-to-one kind of a conference because this was very much interactive. Congratulations to all of you. Very interesting and intellectually rich presentations have been made on varied topics. Large number of topics have been covered. Dr. Raghu has already given an idea. Education and training institutions, the rural tourism, tourism as such, COVID-19 affecting the faculty, the teaching learning systems, newer innovations that have come and which are going to stay, economic cycles and pandemic cycles, need for study of the cycles, and thereby forecasting as for better preparedness in future, how joint stock companies have responded to the pandemic issues and newer possibilities for commercial organizations, how they have evolved themselves and changes have been made, the new economic paradigm and sustainable development of agriculture system, sustainable agriculture, food security systems. Then we have also discussed internal as well as external threats, the accounting for those threats, and including fire as well as fire security as a part of the national security, the environmental farms, the digital platforms for farmers, organic farming, and a host of other topics have been discussed. In totality, I feel that it was intellectually very enriching, very interesting. The quality of presentations was great. Congratulations to all the participants, those who presented. There were some technical problems, okay, but in future, I think we'll be evolving, and in future, we'll see flawless kind of presentations wherein very little time will be wasted or utilized in the formalities rather than in the text itself. I once again congratulate the organizing team, Dr. Dina, Dr. Pankaj Srivastava, and all other friends for very ably designing this particular conference, for executing the whole thing, conducting it very nicely to our satisfaction, to the satisfaction of almost all of us. And it had been very, very enriching experience. My best wishes for the upcoming year 2021. My best wishes to all of you. Happy Christmas to all of you, which is now coming very soon, maybe within a month or so. And many of you will be going on Christmas leave. Over here also in India, it's a season of festivals. Congratulations to all of you. We'll meet again, hopefully next year at Goa, or before that we may have some conference which is on important upcoming topic, contemporary issues which are good for our economies, good for our people, and for developing an intellectual system wherein the peace of the societies, the countries, the nations, the nation states is ensured, is better. Thereby, we could devote more time for creativity, for productivity, rather than on the issues which have been confronted by the world society for overcoming those kind of threats. So I hope all the best to all of us, all of you, all the countries participating, all the people of whole of the world, for a better tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir, for your inspiring words as a presidential remark. With your kind permission, sir, I would like to add few names that were missing. On behalf of yours, I would like to add these names if you permit me.
Yes, please. Yes. Most welcome.
Yes, sir.
I might have missed many names, in fact, not one or two.
So that's why it is my duty to add few names in your speech.
You're welcome. Kindly add in my presentation.
No, sir. These names are missing because the vote of thanks will be shared by Professor Nina, the convener of the conference. So the persons who are contributed a lot, the chief guest, Professor Marcelova Lendl, Vice Rector of Uzhhorod National University, Uzhhorod, Ukraine, the Dr. Rungasamy Bundao, Dean, Ubon Ratchathani Business School, Ubon Ratchathani University, Thailand, Professor Vasil Franchuk, Vice Rector of Lviv State University of Internal Affairs, His Excellency Moun Vasna, Vice President, University of Management of Economics, Kampong Cham, Cambodia, Professor Olha Balsika, Vice Rector of Lviv State University of Internal Affairs, as well as from the Goa, the management president of the management, Sri Ramdas Majalkar, chairman of DPM SPM SC Manju Desai College, Goa, Professor Father Matthews Fernandez, you have quoted. I would like to add the name of his principal, Dr. Savio, who was continuously present here, and Dr. Sri Prakash D. Prabhu, chairman, Swami Vivekananda Vidya Prasarak Mandal College, Goa, as well as on behalf of the Swami Vivekananda Vidya Prasarak Mandal, the principal of the college, Vivekananda Subramaniam Bhatt, Dr. Subramaniam Bhatt, has also requested us to join for the Goa conference IUBGMS 2021 at Vivekananda College. So with your kind permission, sir, we would like to proceed for the next one. If your permission is there, so we will proceed for the next one. Your permission? Okay, sir. So now I would like to invite the for the vote of thanks by Professor Nina, the convener of IUBGMS. Professor Nina, please.
Thank you. Please accept my warm congratulations to successfully conducted our conference, 3 days conference. And taking into account that there are never many good words, I would like again to thank to our Professor Pankaj Srivastava, the main facilitator, the main initiator of this event. Thank you very much to the President of FAI, Professor Virendra Bush. Thank you very much to all distinguished executive members of FAI for organizing such a conference and especially for inviting me as a convener of this conference. I would like to thank to all fellow colleagues of all institutions who was involved in the organization of this conference, to all our colleagues from all over the world. I would like to thank especially to my Ukrainian colleagues delegations, especially Professor Demida and Demida, who supported this conference really very much. And I would like to say that this is a really brilliant experience to all of us. Many of our colleagues worried during their performance, but it's normally. So we have a really fantastic experience during this conference. So we gained the purpose of the conference. We brought together different experts and we brought together different scientists and discussed very urgent scientific problems. So I hope we will do it in the next time, and I hope we will see not through the screen, and we see personally with all of you. And to conclude, I would like to say a few words, a little joke. You know, when the crisis occurred in one company and they invited a crisis manager to this company. When a crisis manager came and started to talk about a concept of overcoming of the crisis, he said, first, love each other. Second, think about profit. So the company came out of the crisis very successfully. So I wish you all love, dedication, to be fond of what you are doing, good and positive mood, and to my mind, these are the main components of good health. So stay safe. I'm very thankful to all of you for organizing such event, and I hope we will see you next time personally.
Thanks, convener, Mr. Nina. One name I was missing. I would like to add one more name. Even then, I have requested Rezane, please convey our regards to your magnificent rector, Professor Gioni, and Roberto Lopes da Foncia, the academic dean of Unifex University. Please convey our regard for their valuable support, and that's why the Unifex West was continuously with us. So now the program is coming to an end, and it is now 4:17. Almost we are going to finish the program exactly right time. We started the program on 20th. It started at 4:30 right time, and with the support of each and everyone, the program is coming to an end. It is now 4:17 p.m. and hope all of you have enjoyed a lot academic deliberations and everything.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Welcome to your Goa next time.
Okay, next
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome to Goa.
Welcome.
Sure.
By the grace of God, next time conference should be in person, sir.
That's why in the program we have
Ukraine.
already mentioned meeting again November 2021 IUBGMS 2021 at Goa. Now you are our host.
Next time we may add another 1 or 2 more countries.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you very much, and hope future cooperations. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, madam.
Thanks, Professor. Would like to visit Ukraine.
Thank you, sir.
Would like to visit Ukraine.
Welcome to Ukraine. Welcome to Ukraine. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Okay. In Goa, Deo Bare Karo.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Bye. Thanks.
Thanks.
With all of your kind permission, should I close the meeting, sir?
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye. Namaste.
Bye.
Namaste.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sorry, madam. Bye.
Bye-bye.